These ladies,
it's been a good season.
They cannot have this Caitlin Clark thing up any worse if they try.
Angel Reese admitted to the entire world why she dislikes Caitlin Clark.
Her notoriety is based off Caitlin Clark.
Things are getting heated in the world of women's basketball. Angel Reese is making headlines again, and this time it's not for her game, but for her ongoing tension with Caitlin Clark. But here's the twist. NBA legend Charles Barkley has jumped into the mix, and let's just say, he didn't hold back. While Reese keeps throwing shade, Clark is letting her performance do the talking, and people are starting to notice. Let's break down exactly what's going on, and why the hate might just be a sign that Caitlin's star is rising faster than ever.
Her attention, her notoriety is based off Caitlin Clark. Because she wins the national title, first thing she does, she mocks Caitlin Clark. And then she doesn't even celebrate with her teammates. So she's made it personal with Caitlin Clark. Then she's played off of that.
The real reason, Angel, Reese hates Caitlin Clark. Let's be honest, this rivalry between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark has gone way beyond the basketball court. What started as a competitive spark has turned into something way more personal. And if you've been following the drama, you know exactly what I mean. Angel Reese made headlines for taunting Caitlin Clark during the 2023 NCAA Championship game. The "you can't see me" gesture, borrowed from John Cena, might have seemed like harmless trash talk to some, but Reese took it a step further, following Clark around the court, pointing at her finger for the championship ring, and later doubling down in post-game interviews. It wasn't just a heat-of-the-moment thing, it felt targeted, bitter, and honestly, disrespectful. Why the hostility? Caitlin Clark didn't provoke her. In fact, Clark had been one of the few players who consistently praised her opponents during her rise to stardom. Angel Reese, on the other hand, seemed more obsessed with undermining Clark than celebrating her own success.
Down shot.
Kentucky settles for an outside shot for Wyatt. Here's Clark in transition. Use the dribble to get free. Got enough space against Patterson to knock down a three, and a great start for Iowa.
Caitlin Clark, the face of women's basketball. Caitlin Clark isn't just a rising star, she's a generational game changer. Known for her jaw-dropping logo threes and high-scoring performances, Clark has redefined the ceiling for women's basketball. Her ability to notch 40-point triple-doubles isn't just impressive, it's history-making. Clark plays with passion, precision, and a magnetic flair that draws fans in, including those who previously ignored women's college hoops. Off the court, Clark is just as admirable. In a world where rivalries often turn messy, she leads with class. Even when Angel Reese taunted her during the national championship, Clark didn't retaliate. She stayed focused on her team and the game, proving her maturity and leadership under pressure. But Clark's legacy goes beyond stats and sportsmanship. She's packed arenas, spiked TV ratings, and brought a fresh wave of attention to women's basketball. More than just a talented athlete, she's a role model. Humble, hardworking, and trailblazing. Caitlin Clark has become the player the sport didn't just want but needed, someone who elevates the game while staying grounded. She's not only changed how we view women's basketball, she's made it impossible to ignore.
Angel Reese admitted to the entire world why she dislikes Caitlin Clark. It doesn't take a genius to know that Angel Reese isn't the biggest fan of Caitlin Clark. I mean, during the 2023 Women's National Championship game, Angel Reese was taunting Caitlin Clark consistently. These two have an awesome rivalry that have gotten a lot of us much more invested in women's basketball. And obviously, that carried over to the WNBA. While the Indiana Fever, which is Caitlin Clark's team, faced off against the Chicago Sky this past week. And then you saw Chandler Carter literally tackle Caitlin Clark in the middle of the game. On the bench, you could see Angel Reese celebrating.
Angel Reese, playing the villain role. Too hard? Angel Reese is talented. No one's denying that. She's long, athletic, and a double-double machine. But let's be real, she's not in the same league as Clark when it comes to skill or leadership. And instead of letting her game elevate her, she's leaned into this villain role like it's her entire personality. Constant trash talk, controversial interviews, cryptic tweets. It's as if she's trying to ride the wave of hate just to stay relevant. While Clark stays focused on her grind, Reese seems more caught up in proving a point. The problem is, no one's asking her to. No one's trying to take anything from her. The truth? She's chasing a narrative that doesn't exist.
These ladies, and I'm a WNBA fan.
It's been a good season.
They cannot have this Caitlin Clark thing up any worse if they try.
Charles Barkley didn't hold back. Now let's talk about Charles Barkley, the round mound of rebound himself. When he speaks, people listen. And guess what? Barkley came to Clark's defense in a big way. In a recent segment, Barkley didn't mince words. He called out the haters and basically told the world, stop coming for Caitlin Clark just because she's great. He pointed out how unfair it is that Clark constantly gets targeted for simply being the best. And he didn't shy away from the racial undertones either, calling out those who want to divide the game based on colour instead of talent. Barkley made it clear, Clark's greatness shouldn't be diminished by pettiness, jealousy or fake beefs. He even told other athletes to stop whining and step their game up. Barkley, known for speaking his mind, wasn't trying to be politically correct. He was being real, and he's right. The criticism Clark receives often has little to do with basketball and everything to do with ego and resentment. Let the numbers talk.
Clark in transition, yes!
She's Diana Taurasi, she's Steph Curry, she's insert great shooter.
Let's look at the facts. Caitlin Clark isn't just making headlines, she's making history. She leads the NCAA in scoring and has shattered records that stood untouched for decades. Most notably, she became the all-time leading scorer in Division I basketball, across both men's and women's divisions. That's not just impressive, it's legendary. But her greatness isn't just about individual stats. Clark makes everyone around her better. Her vision, passing and leadership elevate her entire team. That's the hallmark of a true leader, not just dominating the game but raising the level of everyone else on the court. Now, take Angel Reese. She's a solid player with strong potential, but she hasn't made the leap to elite. Lately, her numbers have dipped while Clark's continue to rise. And unfortunately, Reese has become more known for her off-court drama and social media presence than her actual game. At the end of the day, fans are drawn to greatness, not gossip. Caitlin Clark embodies excellence and focus. Night after night, she delivers elite performances with consistency and class. When it comes to who's truly leading the sport forward, the numbers don't lie. Clark is on another level. Quick pause. Let's support real greatness. If you're tired of drama and just want to see women's basketball grow, then support players who are actually pushing the game forward. Caitlin Clark is that player. Buy her jersey, watch her games, follow her journey. Let's lift up talent, not tear it down. The public perception, Team Clark all the way. Social media isn't blind. Fans know what's real. Every time Angel Reese throws shade or fires off a clapback online, the comments section lights up in support of Caitlin Clark. Not because Clark's perfect, but because she's earned something far more valuable than attention, respect. Clark doesn't chase the spotlight. She earns it with her game, her work ethic, and her humility. There's no need for theatrics or drama. Her performance speaks loud enough. In contrast, Reese often seems to stir the pot just to stay relevant. The difference is clear, and fans are noticing. Even casual observers who typically don't take sides are beginning to shift toward Team Clark. That kind of organic support, based on merit, not marketing, carries weight. It's not about tearing anyone down. It's about recognizing who consistently shows up, puts in the work, and leads with class. When public perception moves this decisively, it's telling. Clark has become more than just a great player. She's a fan favorite, a role model, and a symbol of what people want to see in the sport. And the people are choosing her loud and clear. Moving forward. Can Reese let it go? The sad part? Angel Reese doesn't need to be this bitter. She's got the talent to shine on her own. But until she stops making Clark her shadow rival, she'll always come off as the player who talks more than she delivers. Clark isn't worried about Reese. She's already looking ahead, to the WNBA, to endorsements, to changing the game forever. Reese? Still stuck in the past, trying to win an argument no one's having. It's time for Angel to focus on her own journey, because trying to hate your way to the top isn't a winning strategy. Clark drama always. At the end of the day, Caitlin-Clark is everything you want in a basketball star. Insanely talented, relentlessly driven, and remarkably composed. She's not just playing the game, she's elevating it, handling the spotlight and criticism with grace, and using her platform to grow women's basketball for everyone. Angel Reese. She had the chance to rise alongside Clark, to be part of a shared legacy. Instead, she's doubled down on pettiness, playing the role of the villain, and it's starting to backfire. Her antics might earn her attention, but they're doing little to earn her respect. When NBA legends like Charles Barkley publicly back Clark, it speaks volumes. That kind of support doesn't come lightly. It means the OGs recognize not just her talent, but her integrity, her leadership, and the way she carries herself on and off the court. Clark is building something bigger than herself. She's inspiring young athletes, growing the fan base, and proving that greatness doesn't have to come with drama. Reese may be loud, but Caitlin-Clark is loud where it counts, on the scoreboard, in the record books, and in the hearts of real fans. So, is all this hate really just jealousy? Or is Caitlin-Clark simply too brilliant to deny? Sound off in the comments. We know where we stand. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss the real story behind the headlines. Until next time, keep it real, and give credit where it's due.